Hi, I'm Christine, or Leggup on Twitch, and today I'm going to share with you the top 5 tips for things I wish I knew how to do when I first started streaming web-based games. This guide is for anyone who is planning on streaming browser-based games such as GeoGuessr, Gartic Phone, BoardGameArena, and many, many more. I've got timestamps below for the 5 different tips if there's one in particular that you're looking for. First up, let's talk about the browser itself. I've got this example behind me on GeoGuessr's website, and you can see my entire URL bar. This can be a really big problem if you're streaming a tournament or something with shared URLs. I've had snipers try to come into my games. So here's all you have to do. In OBS, make sure you have the source selected. It'll have a red border. Hold down the Alt key and then grab any of those borders. I like to crop all the way off the top, and depending on the game I'm playing, off the side as well. Then all you need to do is resize on your screen. You might need to change the position of the browser itself on your computer. Just as a note, if you move your browser, you will also change what is shown here, okay? So don't resize too much after you've already squared it away. My second tip is to always have 2 browser sources so that you can show a second window if you need to, instead of having to pull things onto the window you've already set up. For example, this is what it looks like if I pull a second window on. I don't have any control over the layout and I can't really crop and move things around. Instead, it's much better to have this window as its own separate source that I can move around. This also helps if I've already cropped it so that I can hide all of that information. To remove this source, all you have to do is hide it again. The next tip I have is to have your camera and any borders that you have added to it as its own source instead of putting it behind an overlay. The reason this is very, very helpful in web-based games is that there is sometimes a hidden piece of information that you don't want to share. All you have to do then is to move your camera around. OBS is really great. You can even hit Ctrl-Z to jump it right back to where it was. This is also great if you need to resize to hide a large piece of information. You can go big, and then when you're done, Ctrl-Z to get it back to where it was. My next tip is to mute all of your browser tabs individually. This can be absolutely critical in playing games with viewers like Gartic Phone. If you don't mute your browser tabs, your game music or your time's up sounds are going to come through your stream, and other people will be confused about when their time is actually up. Stream delays and other kind of latency issues can result in your viewers having their timer and your timer and getting very, very confused, or just a lot of noise. I always keep all browser tabs muted, and if I need to share sound with my stream, I unmute them individually. My final tip are the 2 extensions that I could not stream without. The first one is uBlock Origin. I use uBlock to hide all of the ads that appear on a lot of these websites. Example here, I don't really need to advertise this laptop to the group. I could crop out this side of the panel, but instead I'm going to use my pop-up blocker and then reload the page. It will be gone. Wonderful. The other extension that I could not stream without is called Volume Master. Volume Master lets me control the volume of every single tab in a browser source. For example, when I stream Duolingo, I need to have that audio a little bit higher than any of my other browser sources, so I bump it up a little bit without affecting any of the others. I highly recommend it. It's free, but support creators and donate if you can. So those are the 5 tips. If you found this helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you're interested in more content like this. Take care.